Hello out there. It's
Hey,
Monday.
yes, it
Think outside the
is.
red box. You know the routine. We're here every Monday at 7:30 serving you our people. And we are always here to teach and inspire, motivate, encourage, push and pull you into your being, into your identity, into your purpose, so you can live an abundant life. Whatever that abundant life is to you. So we thank you for joining us here each and every Monday at 7:30. We love you out there. I hope you know that. We're not
Yes.
here just for the heck of it. We're here for you to have good conversation, to enlighten and hopefully inspire some folks to do something, to take that leap um, of faith in whatever it is that they're dreaming of, right? So, Dion, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great. Merry Christmas to everybody. This is
Merry
Christmas week.
Christmas! Now, this is how
Yes,
much
this
we
is
love
Christmas
you.
week.
Wait. This
Yes.
is, you gotta tell them this is how much we love them, because this was not on the schedule today. And we decided it's Christmas, so people are out shopping, getting ready. And I guess it's not happening. Everybody's ordering from Amazon instead. But anyway, we decided to go ahead and put this session on the calendar today. That's just how much we like talking to y'all. So if you're out there, join in the conversation, please always give us your feedback. Dion, did you have a nice weekend?
Oh my goodness, this weekend was great. It started off kind of slow, and by Sunday I was having some little breathing issues, but Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening turned out really great. Um, yeah, I had a little allergic reaction to some mold, but
Oh,
other than that, wasn't a bad weekend.
I had a fabulous weekend. All right. I don't know if I got any Ohio listeners out there, but I went to the Christmas ranch, and I've been dying to get there for years. And I finally went, we went as a family, and it was awesome, y'all. It was awesome. Okay. The light show, just, oh my God, I can't even describe it, but it's an experience. It was beautiful. It was well done. It was nice to be out with the family, walking around, going to the different shops. At the end, you get to the bakery where they have coffee and hot chocolate and cookies and funnel cakes and stuff like that. They had a food truck. The children ate off the food truck. They said the food was good. So it's a nice trip. If you want to do something with your family, go to the Christmas ranch. We had the candle making party on yesterday. Thank you, Dion. If y'all didn't know, Dion has
Uh-huh.
a company called Dion Soaps and Such. All right, you've got to check her
Woohoo!
out. She sells soaps and bath bombs, lip balm and lip gloss and candles, and they're all organically made with essential oils with love. And she did a candle
Yes.
making party for me yesterday, and we had a ball. So thank you very much, Dion, for that.
Oh, you're welcome. It was fun. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. We
So
had a
you
great
all,
time.
we have a few announcements before we get into our topic. Today we're talking about holiday heartbreaks. How do you handle a heartbreak during the holiday season? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we get too deep into the conversation, I just have a few announcements. So I'm going to share my screen so I can do these few little announcements. Girl Get Up, a night of healing, January 8th. Make sure you register. This is a free event, but it's also a private event. It's nothing that we're doing Facebook Live. This is for ladies only. And so I need you to register, reserve your spot, okay, so you can guarantee that you are there. This is a time. We're starting a new year here soon, and it's a time of release and reclaiming and regaining. All right, we need to release the hurt and reclaim our power and regain ourselves. All right. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. It's just going to be a night of releasing and empowerment. And so join us on January 8th. Got the information up here, and I'll keep posting the information, but make sure you register for that event. because it is private, but it is free. And then also, Girl Get Up. Oops, going too fast. Girl Get Up, the class. So we are announcing that we have a 30-day fast track virtual journey to awakening your inner God. All right. And this will be a time to really get deep into letting go of the hurt and regaining our identity and who we are. Right. And then tapping into our inner God that's within us. All right. And so that will be launching in January. So look for that information to come in January of how you can get signed up for that as well. And then also, we're here every Monday, and we will be here next Monday with a special guest.
Yay!
Yeah,
Woo!
there you go.
We needed some little shakers. We need to buy some shakers.
I know,
Woo!
right? Make some noise. So I know you all like Michael Montgomery. He is our licensed clinical therapist, all right, that we like to have here time from time. And we just thought that would be a good topic for him to come in and to join us in the conversation about breaking cycles. Again, we want to start the new year off right. And so let's talk about breaking those cycles, okay? Breaking those generational curses. And it all starts with you. So we'll get into that next Monday. So tell a friend, tell a family member, tell somebody, bring yourself, have a party, get some popcorn, sit back, listen, join in the conversation, whatever. But join us next Monday. And then I just want to let y'all know that this week, Financial Friday is canceled because of Christmas. Now that I am not putting on the calendar because y'all ain't gonna get me on here talking on Christmas. And I know daggone well y'all is opening up gifts and drinking eggnog and getting fat and full off of macaroni and cheese. So I will not be doing Financial Talk Friday. All right. Let's get to this. Holiday heartbreak. Dion,
Whew,
I
whew.
know you want to talk
That's a
about
rough
it.
one.
It is a rough one. It is
Yeah,
a rough one.
it's a rough one. I actually looked up broken. I wanted to get the definition. You know me. I want to have a good definition and help you guys walk away with some good information so that you can succeed in life. Broken means fractured, smashed. It means like a broken vase, a vase. Black folks say vase, white folks say vase. So, we want the broken vases. Um, and it's to separate, to tear something apart, to damage. So when you think about all of those things, they bring on emotional issues. And we like to build from emotional issues. This is a time where rejection can come in and do a job on you, especially if you're breaking up with somebody that you really love and they're just breaking up with you because they don't want to buy you that Christmas gift, or they know you want to be engaged for Christmas, so they're going to hurry up and sneak out before they can make a commitment. So hopefully what we have to talk about today will help some of you all heal a little quicker so that you're not caught up with the hype and thinking, oh, he loved me, when in fact that's a red flag after Christmas, and you don't invite him back into your little nest there, because sometimes we come to be a matter of convenience instead of being the chosen one that they marry and take to the altar. But when you think about heart, you think about the heart being a chamber and blood running through it and the whole 9 yards. And so I kind of looked up heartbreak, and it just says that in the brain, it's an emotion, and the pain of it, sometimes it transpires into physical. It causes you a physical ailment or a physical sickness because it's an emotional thing, it's a mind thing. We think about heartbreak as being truly in the heart, when in fact it's the emotion in the mind. It's a physical hurt. It's something that comes to cause some infliction on your body, and a lot of times it's to your emotion, and it helps us build walls. So I just kind of wanted to put a little cap on that.
Now, I got to play a little devil's advocate here because
Mm.
You talked about the female, but let's
Mhm.
not forget about our males. I know it's just two females here talking every Monday, um, but I don't want to feel like we're only focused on females
Sure.
because we might have, who knows, we might have some secret males that are watching us, right?
We
And
just
I just
might.
we just might. I mean, it's
Just
not like
might.
it's not like they don't go through some of the same things. It's just different. But I just want to mention the fact that holiday breakups impact men as well.
Sure.
So you mentioned, like, not wanting to propose, but there are, I know of men who have proposed to a woman on Christmas and she said no. Like, he's done it in front of the family, right? And she said no. And so he's now hurt. He's heartbroken and he is
Ooh, that's
embarrassed,
rough too.
right? Because
Yeah,
who
that's
he's
real.
thinking she loves me and this is who I'm going to marry. And what? She said no, she's not feeling the same way. And so men hurt during the holidays too. That is can be crushing to a man. I mean, that is like big time rejection. Here I am putting my heart out on the line and I'm being vulnerable and I done pulled out this ring and I'm proposing in front of everybody and she says no. And
Yeah, that's right.
and now his experience is not wanting to propose ever again because he's afraid of a no. The holidays come around and he thinks about, what happened to him and the fact that he was rejected on Christmas. So that memory is there ruining his holidays. So men deal with it too. And don't act like us women don't um break up to not buy gifts or and stuff like that. All right, so heartbreak during the holidays, it's rough. It's rough, right? And it leaves a lot of bad taste in your mouth, and that the heartbreak of it all, because now you've got to deal with being alone, right? Holidays is about family time, it's about spending time with loved ones, it's about joy and happiness. And now I'm by myself. I have no cuddle buddy in the cold. I have
Yeah.
to sit in front of the fireplace with and sip on hot chocolate. And I don't have anybody
Yeah.
to watch all the Christmas movies with, right? And oh my God, what about the Christmas movies? We're watching Lifetime and Hallmark and all those movies are the same, all about finding love. And here I am broken up. So now we just in even more pain and heartache, right? During the holiday season, we're going to be with family. Well, this year might be a little bit different because of COVID, but people get together with their family and they're asking, where is he? Where is she? What happened to so and so? And then you got to keep repeating and explaining, and all that does is keep replaying in your mind and replaying in your mind over and over again. And you just got to keep feeling that pain over and over again. And at some point, you get tired, you're embarrassed, you're a little ashamed because you're probably internalizing this thing that they left you. It's all my fault. What did I do? What happened? I wasn't good enough. Did I say something? Did I do something? And yeah, it's not good. It's not good. In the holidays of having to go around a lot of people and explain yourself over and over again it just fuels the fire, I think.
I agree. Well, this year is a perfect year if you break up with somebody, women, if you do the breaking up, or men, if you do the breaking up. This is a good time of the year because we certainly don't want a man bash. That's not what the goal is. It's the man bash. We just come from a woman's perspective. But during this pandemic, you can just say, I'm staying away because I'm social distancing. So that could be your way out if things don't work out the way you hoped it did, or you can't
Yes,
bring
that's
Johnny to
good.
the party. You know what I'm saying? So the pandemic might be a blessing for you in disguise.
Right, exactly. Hey, family. Hi,
Hey, hey.
Rhonda. So, you know, it's just hard. I can't say that I've had to really necessarily deal with this around the holidays, but breaking up is just hard, period, right? It's
Period.
it's
Yeah.
never a good time to go through a breakup, whether it's around Valentine's, which is, devastating within itself, around you got to go to a wedding, and that's the bad part when everybody knows y'all been together, right? And now you got to go to this wedding and you're showing up by yourself. Or you've got to go to this family reunion and you're showing up by yourself. You've got to go to this office Christmas party and they knew you were married, but where's your husband? All of these things. And I think it's the having to explain it all, where we
Hmm.
start to get a little embarrassed again because we want to internalize something that we shouldn't internalize. Because if they left, we have to know a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, them leaving really had nothing to do with you, and in their choice to leave, a lot of times it's not anything that you really did. It's something within them that they were missing, right? And they're looking for something. And a lot of times some people are blindsided. They didn't even see it coming. They thought everything was great, and all of a sudden we find out he's gone. I'll tell you, I don't know if you all watched Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith, but she just had one recently on Heartbreak. And there was a lady there who had been married for 40 something years. And her husband had just recently left him. She had been with him since high school. He was the only man she had ever been with, the only man that she knew. And all of a sudden, he decides, he walks out, he doesn't want to be married anymore. And then she finds out after he left that he had already been seeing somebody for 9 months. And she just had no idea that he was that unhappy. Um, Sometimes we just don't know. Sometimes we're just not paying attention. But one thing I know for sure, we cannot internalize that thing, right? We can't take all of the blame for the breakdown of the relationship. And we definitely can't blame ourselves for someone else choosing to walk away for whatever their reasons were that they chose to walk away. Nevertheless, it doesn't ease the pain during the holidays.
I
So
was gonna say
go
a
ahead.
lot of things. I was gonna say a lot of things has happened this year too. People are dying that we love as from COVID, people dying from cancer or what have you. So many stars these days have been passing on from different types of cancer and different things. So when we internalize breakups and different things and separation, it speaks to a death. We don't think it does, but it really does. It speaks to a death in our mind. It's like something has been severed from our lives, and it causes that same reaction or that same pain. And sometimes just grabbing a hold of it, or just realizing a lot of times that it's not your fault, and taking the responsibility that you do need to take responsibility for your part in it. A lot of times it's communication. People fail to communicate properly and tell their spouses what they need, or their significant others what they need. So they make hasty decisions, not ever having a real conversation. So just want to encourage people, it's important that we have conversations, and when we see flags, that we talk about those things and don't just sweep them under the rug, because it can cost you dearly. So just be mindful of the things that's going on around you and in your relationship, and the things that keep on cropping up that causes, tear downs or holes in the relationship, so that you can fix it, or get the help that you need. Go see a therapist and talk to somebody that can help you work through some of the hard times, because being married and relating and in a relationship is hard work. You got to put the work in, and some of us don't know how. Broken people, guess what? They find other broken people to get in a relationship with, and then they don't know how to do the work. And it's difficult sometimes doing the work when you're not as broken. So just want to encourage you guys to take the time out this year and just kind of sit in who you are and what your relationship is and the shortcomings of the relationship, and make some different decisions for 2021 to get the help that you need so that you can survive going into 2021 with the same partner, hopefully, or with the same marriage, with the same friends, because it goes deeper than just marriage. It's relationships, period.
So well, you said something that stuck out in my mind when you talk about people losing loved ones. And this is the hard time of the year as well for those who may have lost a loved one, um, especially if it was in the month of December. I know I have a friend who mourns December every year because that's when her father passed away, right? And then we may have lost loved ones this year. And now in these holiday season, they're not here, and our hearts break. Okay, even when it's a death. And then you said like breaking up with someone, that's a separation, and that's like losing someone as well. It's like you said, losing, experiencing a death. But the heart hurts, period. It doesn't matter how the heart was broken. It's the pain and the heartache and the thumping of the heart and the aching of the body, right, and the longing to touch that person and the longing to see that person, it all is feels the same no matter how the heart was broken, right? And so we've got to be able to heal from that broken heart. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about tonight. It doesn't matter how your heart was broken, whether that person walked out on you, whether that person passed away. We're still going to feel pain, and we're still going to long to have that touch and that feeling and that comfort and that companionship that that person may have brought us, just that love that we were used to getting, that we're no longer getting. Our world has been rocked upside down, right? We have an interruption to our happiness, and now we've got to find, how do we get back to our happy place? And it's not going to be easy. And honestly, a heartbreak during a holiday, this is going to be work that takes some time. So there's nothing I can tell you right now that's going to take your pain away and make you holly jolly on Christmas Day. It's just not. However, you can begin to take steps that you need in order to overcome this so that it doesn't continue to take you and spiral you into a depression that you can't get out of. And so that's kind of what I want to go over with before we end the night, is the how do you unbreak a heart? Unbreak a heart. How do you unbreak a heart? So the first thing that you have to do, um, you have to feel the pain. You have to allow yourself to feel that pain. We don't want to feel pain. We don't want to. I know you don't. Who wants their heart to be aching? Who wants to be crying themselves to sleep? But that's exactly what you're going to have to do. If you've got to cry, cry. I remember when I was going through a heartbreak, probably my first real serious heartbreak. And I just cried all the time. And just the littlest thing that would make me think of what I lost and that he's gone and we're not together, like I'll cry. But I'd get up and go to work and I'd just be crying at my desk. Now, it was, thank God I had to work for a little small nonprofit, and there was really hardly anybody in the office but me and another secretary. But I would sit at my desk and I'd just be crying, right? But I had to get it out. I had to get it out. So if you gotta cry, cry. If you at a family function and you gotta go in that bathroom and cry, go in that bathroom and cry. If you feel like that you've got to go in a bedroom and lay down and cry to yourself, then go lay down and cry to yourself. But what you don't want to do is bottle up that pain. You've got to release it. Again, girl, get up. It's a time of release, reclaim, and regain. And so we've got to take that time to just go ahead, because when you feel the pain, you cry that thing out, you're able to release some things, okay, that you don't want to keep bottled up inside. Like Dion said earlier, all of that stresses out your body. It causes you sickness and other ailments that you don't want. So go ahead and feel the pain. Exhale, inhale, exhale, meditate, but you got to feel it. You got to go through it. And if you allow yourself to feel it, it'll eventually start to go away. You want to add something to that, Dion?
That I was just gonna say that, we don't sometimes we don't want to feel the pain because we think if we feel the pain, we're gonna break and it's gonna be to the point of no return. It's not true. One thing I want to encourage you all to do during this time in this season is to reach out to God and trust God, because He's one that can always, always, always cover your heart so that you don't just break and die and fall apart, and allow yourself to feel what it is that you need to feel so that you can get past it. It's going to hurt, but it's going to get better.
And I'm telling you, if you just lay down and feel it, if you inhale, exhale, and feel it, I tell my class to just let it run through your body. And when I say let it run through your body, just acknowledge it in that moment. Like, I'm hurting. This doesn't feel good. Do a little bit of meditation and just let it run. Just let it run. Just let it ache. Just feel it. And I'm telling you, you'll begin to release that thing. You'll begin to, if you just relax your body, you'll begin to release the tension through your bodies, through your joints, through your inhaling and exhaling. Just let it go. All right. The next thing you're going to need to do, which is going to be hard to do sometimes, is you're going to have to surround yourself with the right people. Now, during the holidays, of course, again, that becomes hard. The first thing we want to do when we're experiencing heartbreak is we want to isolate ourselves, because we're embarrassed, we're ashamed for whatever reason. We don't want to tell people why she left or why he left or what was the argument about that caused us to break up. you know um Especially if you're a couple that you make up, you break up. I mean, no, you break up, you make up, you break up, you make up. Like, this is a back and forth thing, and your family's like, oh, whatever, right? But now you just know, like, this is for real, and you're embarrassed to tell them. And so we don't want to go around people, because again, we don't want to keep repeating the story and reliving it in our minds. But we have to surround ourselves with the right people that will bring positivity to where we are. Not people who are going to judge us, not people who are going to put us down, not people who are going to be like, I told you so, not people who are going to be like, girl, why, how come you didn't know? But people who can speak positivity in your life. But when you're going through a heartbreak, that's really, even though we want to be alone, it's not the best time to be alone. Fight through the embarrassment, fight through the shame and the guilt, and go ahead and be around loved ones. You got something to add, Dion?
I was just gonna say, and if people judge you like that, they probably not your friends anyway. Those are
True.
probably not people you want in your corner anyway, because they're just gonna, make you feel even worse about yourself, or try to bring up your shortcomings. So if you got people like that in your life when you're going through a hardship, get rid of them. This is the best time to get rid of them and say, hey, our relationship has run its course as well. So while you're hurting, just hurt for it all.
And if you're one of those people, stop doing that. Don't do that. We've got to get out of a place where we want to always tell people, I told you so. This is not a time for you to be right. This is not a time for you to prove your point. Don't kick a person when they're down. So let's try to avoid having to tell people, I told you so, or you should have known better, or why you didn't see that. They're hurting. Show some sympathy. Just be a little bit more sympathetic, be a little bit more understanding. All right. The next thing is, just know, keep in mind, we've got to know that this too shall pass. All right. Heartbreak doesn't have to be forever. And you feel this pain now, but you will not always feel this pain. But the only way to not feel the pain forever and for it to really, really pass is for you to put in your work. I know you're like, what? Put in your work. Yes, you gotta put in your work. Like, I don't know if y'all watch Ayanla Fix My Life, but Ayanla tells the people all the time, you gotta put in your work. What that means is you gotta do work and you gotta do specific things that's gonna get you out of that heartbreak that you're in. So it's not the time does not heal all wounds. I'll say it again. Time does not heal all wounds. It's what you do with the time that heals the wounds. So you got to do your work. So you can't, you're going to cry it out, like I told you earlier. Feel the pain, cry it out, surround yourself with people, but you still got to do some work. That's not the only thing that you got to do. You got to start working on some things, okay? You got to start working on your mind. You got to start working on how you think, which is my next point. Look for the silver lining, right? You got to be able to start changing your perspective and changing how you're thinking about things and seeing things. You got to start gaining a sense of yourself. You got to stop personalizing it and taking it all in. You got to start letting go. Okay. And so there's work that you have to do. That's the point of our Girl Get Up class, is to help you do your work. It's to help you put in the work that you need to put in to heal the wounds, to get past the hurt and pain that's been bottled up inside of you. So if you're one of those people out there who are watching, who is experiencing heartbreak right now, or has experienced heartbreak, but you've never really gotten over it, then this is the perfect time to sign up for the class Girl Get Up. All right, because we're here to help transition you and be able to help you put in the work and help you go through the steps in the journey that you need to overcome the pain and overcome the heartbreak so that you can live your abundant life. You don't want to be one of those people who are still 10, 20, 30 years later wondering about what could have happened. How could it have been? I wonder what life would have been had we stayed together, or comparing that person to every new person that comes along, or even I've known people who've gotten married, okay, and they are still thinking about what that past person, who they was and what that could have been, and they're still holding on to that even though they got a whole husband over here. So we need to be able to let that go. So if that is you, make sure that when the information comes out that you are that you join the class so we can help you transition. But look for the silver lining. In every situation, we can't always see it right away, especially when our heart is hurting. But at some point in time, we've got to sit and we got to think and we got to evaluate, we got to examine what happened, and we got to find that silver lining. And I bet you'll probably find that them leaving was probably the best thing for you, or that girl telling you no was probably the best thing for you. Sometimes we hold on to toxic people that we shouldn't even be with. And then
Way too.
our hearts want to be broken when they leave, when that was probably
Mhm.
the best thing for us. And if we
Mhm.
could just let them go, move past those feelings, we might find that soulmate or that person that was just right for us, or as you said, that perfect imperfect person, because nobody's perfect,
Mhm.
but that imperfect person might be perfect for you, but you'll never find that person if you stay with this toxic person that you weren't meant to be with.
Mhm.
So we got to find the silver lining. Why was it good for us not to be together? What was I supposed to get out of this that I need to take to the next relationship or not take to the next relationship? So we got to find that silver lining.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a breath, Dion. Okay. I know I get off on my tangents and I talk and I talk. I'll let you talk.
That's all right. That's all right. No, I was reminded of this movie one time that I watched, and in the movie, I remember him telling the gentleman that he had broken up with his girlfriend, and told him, he said, "You don't deserve her." I was like, wow, that was something for his friend to let him know after he broke up with her that he didn't deserve her. Sometimes people don't deserve to be in our presence, and stop beating yourself up. If they walked away, guess what? They don't deserve you. You are much too better for them, or too good for them. So you have to start recognizing your worth and understand what your worth is. And sometimes some people just come to take, and we have to recognize, be it woman, be it gentleman, that some people come to just take. And if that's all they're coming for, they don't deserve you.
They really don't. And I'm just gonna share with you all something I used to tell myself all the
Yes, ma'am.
time. And y'all can think that it's vain, I don't care. But I used to tell myself when I was going through my heartbreak that it's their loss, not mine. It's their loss, not mine. Another person's trash is another person's gain. So if I was something that you wanted to throw away, that I'm just going to be somebody else's gain. So you got to tell yourself that, which takes me to the last one. Base your happiness on yourself. Okay. Just know, if you know, because we know, if you know you're a good person, if you know you're a good hearted person, if you know that you're a
I know we
kind
don't
person
have, we
and
don't
a
have
giving
to.
person, if you know these things, you have to know it's their loss. It's not your loss, it's their
Listen.
loss. And they don't deserve you. They don't deserve you. And then you got to get you some hype music, okay? Get you some hype music to boost your head about who you are and pump your ego up to let you know that it's their loss, not yours. I'm just telling y'all what I had to do. I was big time on the music that would let me know that I am the shiznai E, and there's nothing you can say about that, okay? I remember this song by, it was on the Dr. Dre's The Chronic album, and it was a song about I Can't Be Faded. That was my theme song, okay? You couldn't tell me nothing. I played that song all the time because I had to tell myself, that was my affirmation to myself on a daily basis, that I
That was your anthem.
that was my anthem. It was my anthem to tell myself every day that I could not be faded, so that I would know that whatever I'm going through or whatever is happening, that I can't be faded. This too shall pass. I'm going to get through this. It's their loss, not mine, because I can't be faded. So if you didn't want me, that's fine. I'm going to keep doing me. I'm going to keep being the good person I am. I'm going to keep being the nice person I am. And eventually, someone who deserves my kindness will come along. And he did, my boo, Doug Watkins.
Well, all right.
He in the back talking about, hey, hey. Okay, but you got to find your happiness in yourself. You got to make yourself happy, right? Your happiness cannot depend on external factors or people outside of yourself. Your happiness has to come within, because people come and go. People, what do they say? That people are in our life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. And if we keep putting our happiness in people who are there for a reason or only there for a season, we're gonna always be heartbroken. And we've got to get to a point where our happiness is not tied to others. They come and go. When it's your time to go, deuces. See you when I see you. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you.
Oh my.
We got to be like that. You got to
Yeah.
tell yourself that, okay? Because if you don't learn that, if you don't learn to find the happiness within, and if you don't learn, and you keep depending on external factors for that happiness, you're going to always be heartbroken. But there's a place where you can get to where your heart can ache, but it not break. If your heart will ache, but it doesn't have to break. When you apply the tools and you know who you are and you know how to think and rationalize yourself through some things, and it doesn't have to tear you apart and it doesn't have to leave you like Humpty Dumpty who fell off the wall. Okay. And so that's what our class teaches you. It teaches you how to transition through life's interruptions and life's heartbreaks, or and feel the pain, but not have to fall into pieces or break into pieces. All right, girl, get up. Girl, get up. All right, that's my few little tidbits. Now remember, you can take these tidbits, but you may not feel no relief by Friday. But if you keep doing them, you will eventually get some relief. Dion, what do you have for the people before we
Well, I
exit?
was gonna say, and if you're a guy and you're feeling that same emotional pain, boy, get up. Um, you know,
Yes.
pain is pain. Emotions are emotions, and we have to learn how to face our emotions and pain and deal with them so that we can move on. Sometimes we get stuck because we want to just live right there where that pain is. We think we deserve that pain. You deserve better than that pain. And to allow yourself to continue to just fester in it and live it out like it's your life's mission is such a waste of your time and energy. So if I can encourage you with anything, is to tell you that you teach who you are. And because we do that, it's important that we change some things so that if we have young children at home, or if we have nieces or nephews that are inspired by who we are, so that they don't take away the baggage and try to live it out as well. So we want to be good examples to those around us and to our friends, and teach them how even in pain you can find success and happiness in pain. It doesn't have to define you. It might stop you in your tracks, but it certainly doesn't have to define you, and it doesn't have to speak to your character. It's just something that you find yourself in at that time. But if you will allow God to heal that pain and allow him to draw you in, because we need God, whether we realize it or not. We need him on a daily basis for just to breathe. So if we allow him in to help us with those pains, we can be better individuals as a result of it. So boy, if you're laying there and this girl has smashed your heart and crushed you, get up. It's your opportunity to get up too.
Absolutely. Um, don't forget to register for the Night of Healing event. All right. I do have the information rolling down at the bottom of the screen here, of what the registration is, but I put up here on the screen as well. It is time, ladies. It's time to heal our emotions from the brokenness of our past and present. It doesn't matter how you were hurt, only that you were hurt, and we weren't meant to live like this. Men, you weren't meant to live like this. Now, I'll have a men's class here one day, but right now, I got to focus on the ladies. Ladies, ladies, please don't continue to live your life in dismay, in misery. You don't have to live like this. God did not design our lives to be like this. And I have to let you know that there is freedom on the other side of healing. There's happiness on the other side of healing. Sorry, y'all. There's work being done on my house. That's what the chimes are. There's purpose. Knowing your why I was created, why I need to get up out of bed every morning. That's on the other side of your healing. There's power on the other side of your healing. Okay, there is better decision making, there is better awareness of the red flags, and there's just more. There's more. You don't have to live with a heartbreak. You don't have to live with every time this season comes around my heart is hurting. There's nothing wrong with memories, but when our memories is really holding us back and our memories are causing us to stall, then it's time to heal the heart. So make sure you register. It's free, but you have to register because this is not going to be any Facebook Live event or anything like that. It's a private event, and so you have to register in order to get the link to attend. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you're sharing that. If it's not you, maybe you think to yourself, "I'm beautifully, wonderfully made. I've gone through my healing. I'm good. I don't need it." That's fine. You don't have to come, but you know somebody who needs to come. You know somebody who needs healing. You know somebody who's still pondering over that person. And so you need to make sure you share this information. We've got to stop being information hoarders. We got to stop doing that. We know people are hurting. We know people need help. We know people need somebody to talk to, and we don't want to tell them where they can go. We don't want to give them resources. We don't want to help them. Don't be like that. Stop being stingy. Share the info. That's all I have for you today. Dion, why are you laughing at me?
Well, because I'm laughing. It's funny. Just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a wonderful Christmas and be the gift that you want to get. Be the gift. So just have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family, and do something different this year. Something that you're not accustomed to doing. Maybe take a gift to an orphan, or maybe your neighbor, or do something different that'll make you feel better. Especially if your heart is broken, be a gift to someone else.
Merry Christmas from me. I hope you all enjoy your Christmas. Um, Eat as much as you want. Don't feel guilty. Eat it all, the turkey, the ham, the macaroni and cheese, the sweet potatoes, the green beans, the greens, whatever it is that you're making. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's what life is about. Living life abundantly. If you want seconds, then go back and get you some seconds. And if you want a diet, well, just don't be on a diet that day. I love
Or
y'all.
don't make everybody else, don't cause everybody else to be on a diet.
Eat and then detox the next day. That's how you do that. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. I thank you so much. I love you. Don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to tune in next week when we have Michael here. And we're going to be now, this is going to be a serious conversation, y'all, because we want to be talking about breaking cycles, breaking those generational curses, what needs to be broken and why they need to be broken. So make sure that you join us here on next Monday as well. All right. Be unbothered.
Peace.
See you next time.